Today on Talent Underground, I'm joined by an up-and-coming rapper, Fedi, someone who personally I've been listening to for a very long time. With a melodic rap style and genre-blending sound, he's been dropping tracks like his most recent release, 2Pay, that push creative boundaries, proving that he's an artist to watch and is getting better with every song that he puts out.
Say it, don't confuse me, just say it. Yeah. Cause I don't wanna fill in the gap, say it.
Fedi, welcome to Talent Underground.
Thanks, man.
Look,
That was
man,
really nice.
yeah,
Appreciate that.
let's get straight into it, man, because I want to talk about how I actually came about interviewing you. So I'm lucky enough as a freelance journalist to pretty much speak to who I want to speak to. I can reach out to people I find interesting and stuff. And you were someone who I always had in the back of my mind. The second that this show was pitched, I was like, I just want to speak to him and I have a feeling he'll be down.
Wow.
So I reached out and then I was like, man, how did I get into your music? So I went back at Instagram and I looked at the very first DM I sent you all the way back 5 years ago, like half a decade ago, 2020 at this point. And I said, gotta give me a follow back. I mess with your music hard. So I assume you probably put thing on your story being like, reply to my story, I'll follow you back. You said, got you, bro, and appreciate you. I responded with, appreciate it, bro. Keep going with the music. You've inspired me to put out music someday.
Oh,
and
man.
Since then, I haven't dropped a song.
You haven't done any music?
I mean, I haven't dropped a single track. Hey, maybe we collab someday.
I believed in you. Yeah, 100%.
I'll let you down from 5 years ago.
That's
so
about crazy.
My music career. Let's get into yours. I mean, you started posting your music at SoundCloud around 14, I believe. You've said you've been doing this for well over a decade, man. So I just want to know what that first song was like, firstly, and what made you want to release that first song? Something I couldn't do.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. One thing, as the music was bad, right? The music was bad when I was 14. Obviously, it wasn't great. But one thing I always commend myself on is the courage that I must have had to just do it.
Yeah.
And I've kind of always been that way, where it's just like, I'm just gonna do it. And it didn't. It's not like the reception was good. Like people, man, they tore me apart. But I don't know. I just really wanted to try it. And then, part of me wishes that I just tried it and I didn't also share it. Like I wish I try everything I tried, I shared. Like I didn't just try it in secret and then get really good and then I had to learn the hard way.
You just went for it.
Yeah, man. But I'm glad I did because I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Through that failure, you know.
For sure. I mean, I want to talk to you about your inspiration. So rhythmically and lyrically, I feel like your music draws a lot of comparison from Russ, your beat choices and all that sort of stuff. Remind me of that 2017 to 2019 Khaled, even a bit of Brent Fires. Who are your biggest musical inspirations and who are you currently listening to at the moment?
I love that, man. I haven't heard the Khaled connection.
I feel like
yeah, definitely. My biggest inspirations, I mean, my initial inspiration primarily was always Eminem.
Yeah.
I was obsessed.
Invigorated. I know. I remember
that. Yeah, crazy, bro. you know your shit, man.
I know, man.
Yeah. I actually want to ask your opinion on that. Put a pin in that in the invigorated topic. But Eminem was always Eminem, Kendrick, Joey Badass, even 50 Cent, Dr. Dre. Just that sort of era.
Yeah, for sure.
I was a really, really big fan of. And then even Hopsin back in the day when I was in that 14 to whatever.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people go through that Hopsin phase. Yeah, we've been there.
I went through a Hopsin phase, heavy, bro. And then as Russ started coming onto the scene, and I really fell in love with his music. And it was kind of similar to Hopsin in the sense that it was kind of taboo. You're not meant to like Russ, because he's cringe or whatever. And I just didn't care, and I just thought his music was really good. I really respected just the way he created everything from the ground up, from the beats to
definitely. I can see those similarities with you. The way that you started out and started pushing out everything. He spoke about that in the past. The fact that he's kind of always just kept releasing music, even though he got bombarded with hate.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, so Russ nowadays. Russ heavy, also Akon primarily. Oh, sorry, this is my girlfriend Erin. Thank you. Thanks, Erin. Appreciate it. Coffee.
That's not sponsored, man.
Yeah, no, literally, there's no label. There's nothing. Yeah, I failed to mention Akon. He's actually really weirdly significant in terms of my
Interesting.
inspirations. Yeah.
Interesting.
And even the way I form melodies and all of that is very
Yeah.
Akon. And I feel like now in my career, I'm actually tapping more into that, which is strange. Like it's almost come full circle.
Fair enough.
Mac Miller.
Yeah. I love my Mac Miller, man.
Yeah, Mac Miller goes hard, man.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I didn't really appreciate him. I don't know why. I was very judgmental of artists
Yeah.
when I was younger. And now I really see, especially, in hindsight, how incredible he was. And it's such a shame,
Such a pivotal artist, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the Divine Feminine tattooed right here,
Oh, really? Amazing.
Yeah. So,
so you're hardcore.
Oh, man, hardcore, yeah. Do you have any dream collabs? Anybody that, like, however many years down from now, like, okay, I need to drop a song with that person?
Honestly, Russ would be a big one.
For sure, I think.
Yeah, and he was, and I'm not gonna lie, he was and is a big inspiration of mine. And I think I do a pretty good job at still separating myself sonically and like, thanks, bro. And yeah, having my own identity, but he's definitely a big inspiration just in terms of the way he goes about it.
Yeah, big time.
And if I was able to meet Eminem, let alone do a song with him, I might combust.
Yeah.
So that would be incredible.
That's a dream, yeah, for a lot of people.
Yeah, man.
So let's talk about, obviously, you have been doing this for so long. What would you say the biggest growth you've had in your music is? Because, I mean, looking back at your catalog, your earlier songs like Invigorated, like you mentioned earlier, like Closure, they really don't draw a whole lot of similarities to your newer stuff, like Say It, Toupee. Like, what would you say that biggest turning point was in creating?
That's actually what I said I want to put in a pin in before, I want to get your insight also as someone who actually listens to my music, which is so incredible. I'm so appreciative, man. But I would say recently, like in the past, so it's an interesting one because I was doing that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I think I was pretty good at it. Like I was confident that I was good at it. I listen to Invigorated now and like the lyricism and the wordplay, and I'm like impressing myself. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. But also, I think I also hit my ceiling in terms of what I wanted, what I could get from that style of music.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of, it wasn't fulfilling me. It also felt like it wasn't always the most authentic choice artistically, like just in terms of who I am and, all that stuff. I'm rarely that angry, I'm really and so I think like I had a few years of just kind of experimenting and finding where I sit.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see it. I feel like, I guess being younger, that sort of music kind of impressed me, especially getting into rap, like that early like Eminem lyricism sort of thing. That was like, that's where it was at. Then you go up and start to build more of an appreciation for, I feel like I've had a similar sort of journey. Obviously, now I delve more into that Mac Miller melodic sort of style of rap, Bram Fires, all those sort of guys. Like you build an appreciation for songs that aren't as lyrical per se, but also still they're saying less, but I feel like meaning-wise, they're doing a lot more in some ways. And I feel like
100%.
a lot of your songs, for sure, man.
I appreciate you recognizing that, man. That's exactly how I feel. Like there is a space for both, right? Like that one, that's cool. It's like, look at this lyrical display. Like that takes a lot. That's a craft.
Yeah.
That's a craft I was building from that 14-year-old kid all the way up to that point. Like that took a lot of sweat equity.
Sure, yeah. I can only imagine like being so young and having to craft these songs. Like, man, it's impressive. It genuinely is impressive.
Thank you, man.
Because I feel like there are people who have busted out into the scene nowadays who like have been doing this for years that probably couldn't craft a song as lyrical. Like it's just the way it is, I guess.
It is. Yeah, like I don't want to do the whole self-deprecating thing because, like I said, I do think
do it. Let's go.
I was gonna say like because normally I would go, oh yeah, no, it wasn't that good. But I really do appreciate the value of like that music, that talent was really good, and it's a shame that, on the one hand, it's a shame it didn't really get heard to that degree. But also, I'm glad because if I had blown up on that style, I think I would have been a bit trapped.
Yeah.
Whereas now I've gone through this journey and I've ended, to answer your original question, where I'm at now, I feel like is the most authentic my music to me has ever felt. The easiest it is to create.
For
You know,
sure.
like it's just natural. It feels organic to me. It doesn't feel like I'm forcing it. It doesn't feel like I'm putting on too much of a character. You know, it's just
Yeah.
so I'm really happy with where I'm at right now, and I want to continue this
Yeah, I
trajectory.
mean, you hear like big artists talk about it all the time, like your Tyler the Creators and stuff like that, basically saying that they're making music for them. Like whoever's going
Yeah,
to listen is going to listen. So I feel like if you stick or stay true to yourself and go with all that sort of stuff,
yeah, man.
the listeners are going to accumulate, the following is going to build up. Like it's just a matter of staying true to yourself and doing what you, I suppose, want to create and want to put out.
Oh yeah, bro. That's the plan. That's
Yeah,
the aim,
like
at least.
let's talk a little bit more about like you make it in this industry because it's obviously an industry where it's such an uphill battle. It requires a lot of perseverance, a lot of hard hours, long yards. What is it that keeps you motivated? Obviously, like your end goal, I assume, is to, like we said, a feature with Eminem, hopping on a
Mhm.
track with Ross is something you'd love to do. What is it that keeps you persevering and pushing out songs for so long?
I think I'm just crazy, bro.
Fair enough, man.
I think not in like a like whoa, yeah, I'm crazy, but like in a way that I'm just relentlessly persistent.
Yeah,
Will not quit. I actually won't. And I've come to that realization recently where, and I come to it often where I'm like, God, this is really taxing. Like, so still no one's hearing it. Still I'm going like, bro, I'm 26 now, 14. I've been doing this over a decade.
yeah, geez.
Like it's not, and but I just don't stop. I just don't, I just
Yeah.
refuse. and
I mean, the
and I
passion,
don't think I
though.
will.
Hey, something's going to happen, though.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Well, like in all seriousness, like now, like literally as you were just saying, now that I think I've locked into my style and I feel like I've stopped caring so much about making something that other people want,
Yeah,
now I feel like I can really dig in and like
totally. Yeah.
start to pick up some steam and do it my way, you know?
Yeah. Like on that note, I want to do a little something with you. I want to blind rank. I want you to blind rank 5 artists without knowing which one comes next. You know how to blind rank, right? It's pretty
Blind
straightforward.
rank.
So I'll shoot out just a picture of top 5 in your head, no numbers,
Okay.
just 1 to 5. I'm gonna
Okay.
go artist one by one. You're not gonna know who's
Okay.
coming next, but
Okay.
you're gonna rank them in the order that I give them.
Okay. Okay. Got you. Got you.
You got
Okay.
me?
Yeah. Yeah. Got you.
All right. So one of your inspirations you mentioned earlier, 1 to 5. Where are you putting Royce to 5'9" without knowing who comes next?
I have choice paralysis, man. You can't do this to me. Okay, I'm gonna put Royce at 4.
Okay, 4.
Yeah.
Drake. You read his concert earlier this year. Where you
Yeah.
putting Drake? You putting Drake above Royce?
Kid. I don't know. You know what's crazy, man? Is honestly these days I might put Drake
Yeah,
above
no, I
Royce.
see you. Maybe not from a
Yeah.
lyrical perspective, but just putting out
No, yeah.
as I feel you.
Overall, I'm
Yeah,
looking overall. That's it. That's an important distinction. Yeah, not like lyrically necessarily, just
yeah, for
overall
sure.
artistry. I am putting Drake above Royce. I'm putting Drake at 3.
3. Okay.
Boom.
Lil Wayne.
5. Love Wayne, but I don't listen to
He's
him
an
as much as
acquired
the
taste. I
others.
feel. I feel like he's
Yeah.
like one of those guys you kind of gotta.
Bro,
Yeah.
I used to hate him. I used to be like, Lil Wayne's ruining rap music. He's ruining the lyrical. And
What
then
has
I read,
happened, bro? You come to appreciate him. You come around to him.
bro, I learned that I got humbled. I learned that he's incredible and
The
he's one of the,
card is like, yeah, you can't go wrong.
yeah, one of the founding fathers, you
What
know?
about Kendrick? Where are you putting Kendrick?
Who?
Kendrick. 2. Okay. That's valid. That's valid.
We've only got one left, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So that means Eminem. That's number 1 for you then.
Did,
Eminem's the
was it,
last one.
is Eminem the last one?
Eminem's the last one.
Number one, baby.
You happy with
Yeah,
that? I'd
100%.
say
100%.
I feel like you get a lot of agreement with that sort of list right there,
I think
man.
I killed that. I killed that
So
list.
what do we have? We
That was
had
incredible.
Eminem, Kendrick,
Mhm.
Drake, Royce, Wayne. Yeah, that's valid, I would say.
I stand by that.
Yeah.
100%.
So, like, let's talk about your career now. So, I mean, what are you working on at the moment, and what can we expect from you heading into the future?
Okay, so as you know, I've been putting out my singles with uh my recent vibe that I'm on.
Yeah,
I've got more in the tank. I'm gonna keep doing it. My only thing is I like to have like a few prepared before I put them out.
for sure. Yeah,
So that I'm not just like so that there's something next to look forward to, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep going like this. I've got a lot of great songs that I'm really proud of. I feel proud of the music I'm making in general, man, to be honest,
Yeah.
nowadays. And Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep doing that, and I think the whole content thing is my Achilles heel. That's the only thing I need to work out. I think I wanna do it properly, like,
Yeah.
potentially get a budget, like, do some proper videos and really, promote this new music that I'm doing because I think it'd be a shame if it, fell on deaf ears, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword nowadays, I feel, with the growing rise of short-form content. You kind of need to be creative on social media, whether that be
Yeah,
TikTok, whether that be Instagram, to really be heard. But I
100%.
feel like you're doing a good job with it. Like, you've kind of found your niche in the way that you're making these aesthetic, almost style videos to kind of
Thanks,
pair with
man.
your songs.
Thank you, I appreciate that,
Yeah, I
bro.
mean, it seems like you're heading in the right direction, but I just want to know, what's your ultimate goal with your music career? Whether that be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road from now, what do you want to do for yourself, man?
Good question. Yeah, I mentioned, like, blowing up before, but that's actually not what I want. It's what I used to want.
Yeah,
What I want is to just make a healthy living off of music, honestly. Like, that would be
yeah,
so cool. Like, even just to have, like, a small, loyal following that I could just, like, tour even just Australia with, or, like, just a few countries
yeah,
overseas, nothing too crazy, something modest, but something that is fulfilling, that I can live off of, that I can provide my family with from.
yeah.
And yeah, that's the aim, honestly.
I mean, that's honestly interesting that you don't want to, because I feel like that's the end goal for a lot of people. They kind of want to be on your Travis Scott level, your Drake level, your Kendrick level. To see someone that kind of just wants to just kind of do what they love,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I mean, you see it in the passion of the music, man.
Thanks,
Like,
man.
you definitely
Well,
see it.
I don't know if that exists anymore, the whole, like, blow up thing. Like, I think it does, but it feels a lot more manufactured now. Like,
Yeah,
and I just the way the world is and the way social media is, like, I feel like it's much more of an attainable goal to just find a loyal following that
yeah,
can fund your passion, you know what I mean? And then you can just provide them with the art, and they can, sustain it for
for
you.
sure. I mean, one of my other favorite creators of all time, MF Doom. I've also got him. So I've got
Mm.
Mac Miller on this side. I've got
Oh,
him
really?
on this side. He
Dope.
was pretty good at that, I feel. He kind of had his niche. He was kind of known as one of the biggest underground artists.
Yeah,
It's like, that's definitely like, I feel
definitely.
like that's attainable, man, for sure.
Thanks, man, I
But
appreciate
yeah,
that, bro.
with all that being said, man, it's been awesome having you on the show. Like I said earlier, this is a conversation I've wanted to have for a long time. The fact that we actually got to do it, and I feel like this is a pretty good conversation, is pretty cool to me,
100%.
man. I
Bro,
mean,
I'm happy to link up as well. Like, this has been great for me as well.
yeah, I mean, next time you're in Sydney, next time I'm in Melbourne, just give me the word, bro.
Done.
You know I'll be there.
Let's do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's your dedication to your craft, your sound, your passion that I feel it's what sets you apart from the competition. I think it's only a matter of time before we start to hear your name a lot more, whether that be on the radio, Triple J, all those sort of places, man. So, I mean, keep your head
Thanks.
up. You're doing well. To everyone watching, make sure you follow Fedi on Instagram. You got, hey, all the streaming platforms, Apple
Yeah,
Music, Spotify, all those places.
all
MySpace,
that.
I know you got MySpace.
Bro, hard on MySpace. I go crazy on MySpace. Tumblr.
All those places. We're going to keep them linked down below. I might throw them up
Yeah,
on the
dude.
screen.
Hell yeah, dude.
For us, I've been Joseph Sayun.